1977 was a year of many great electronic fusion releases, and one of the best came from Quebec, from the duo of Dionne-Brégent, and from their second and final album, Deux, the track Transit Express. Seven, eight. Oh, 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1. Synth bass, I believe. Boom, 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 boom. That. It seems like we've got 3 keyboards going on and drums. We've got that boom, 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 synth bass, and we've got that like Moog sound, that making those kind of higher pitched, and then we've got this kind of light part in the background, sounds like an electric piano, that hitting those keys lightly, and then we've got the big drums. Let's see, Michel-Georges Bregent, oh wow, he's got quite an arsenal on this. On the album, he plays Clavinet, he plays Mellotron, organ, the Orgue Farfisa professional dual organ, Pedalboard, piano, electric piano, Fender-Rhodes, synthesizer, Mini-Moog. Yeah, we're probably hearing Mini-Moog on here. Let's see, the Echoplex, Leslie, the effects he uses are Echoplex and Leslie 925, and Vincent Dionne plays all the drums. I've seen, years ago I saw a live clip of theirs on YouTube that I remembered seeing a big gong and some really big percussive setup. He plays drums, castanets, bells, glockenspiel, tambora, timbales, triangle, vibraphone, xylophone. A lot of sound produced between these two, and not much in the name of helping hands, at least from what I've seen so far. I think they're handling it. All those keyboards are Bregent, like double or triple tracked. possible for one guy to be doing all that Moog filigree with one hand and playing that bass synth ostinato with the other hand? I gotta say, those are really big drum sounds. Like each roll of the toms, it sounds like he's hitting timpanis, kettle drums. Can you hear that light Fender-Rhodes below all the Moog filigree? That taking these like light, tinkly, high keys. Some of those vibraphones that we were promised. This is taking on very much a minimalist structure, a la like I'm thinking of the West Coast minimalist composers, because you've got like this fugue, this repetitive, just going on repetition. You've got building on it, like adding accents, kind of like in the vein of like Steve Reich or Terry Riley, those guys. Yeah, it's like take one repetitive pattern on and on and on and on and on, and then add one piece to it over the top to like, and then add another, and let that go, let those two go, and then add another, let those three go, and then add another, keep going on, layer, building with that primary pattern just running throughout. Now, what is that little sound that's going on? That's slightly wheezing. notice the ostinato has kind of risen slightly. It's remained like in the same key base, but it's some harmonics are emerging in it now. You're hearing like the octaves of it on certain notes. Don't you just love those vibraphones? It's like it's like glowing bulbs of sound color. Like that is what like think of glowing bulbs of color like in Super 8. Just picture that kind of imagery. And the way that wiggly synth tone is just weaving through it like zigzag squiggly lines through all the bulbs, through all the flashing bulbs of color. I don't even think I noticed, but as it happened, but it seems to be a bit brisker now. It's the same pattern, it's just a bit more frantic than before, a bit more fast-paced slightly. It just kind of subtly picked up and just... The Moog seems to be kind of mimicking the ostinato slightly in some ways now. It's reflecting the ostinato more rather than just kind of spiraling over it. Yeah, the three instruments are congealing into a common pattern now. The bass synth, the Moog, and even the vibes. And there you have it, Transit Express by Dionne-Brégent. The Quebecois electronic minimalist duo, maximalist minimal. I don't really like the term minimalism so much because so much minimalism is very maximalistic. And I'm a maximalist, of course. You know, I'm the world's most ear-traveled tri-maximalist. My listening endeavors over the last 30 years have been committed to tracing the lineage of maximalism from its origins in jazz, its origins in rock, and bringing the high meta styles together into one grand maximalist whole. As in this, we've got elements of several different musical worlds coming together. We've got the contemporary classical element a la Reich, Glass, Riley, and the like. We've got the sequencer-driven rock, coming more from like the kind of Tangerine Dream-esque end of like rock, which is rock only in that it has that sequencer element to give it that drive, that kick, and of course the somewhat rock drumming, which also is very classical in its arrangement and its setup with all those big drums, like orchestral drums and such. And of course the vibraphones, which are reminiscent somewhat of what Pierre Morlin was doing around the time in his edition of Gong, like on albums like Gazoos and Espresso, which were coming around the exact same time. Anyway, yeah, the scene in Quebec was quite lively around this time, 1976, 77, the year of the two Dionne-Brégent albums, with many acts, although not really any from Quebec quite like this. They were, although there usually were only like one. Each scene around the world kind of had like one token act, it seemed, that were working the electronic end. The like you know, Australia had Cybertron, Italy had Electricus, you know, the United States had, well, Mother Mallard and Synergy, and yeah. For more Rubies and Sapphires from Dionne-Brégent, see the directory of albums by Quebecois acts. I separated Anglo or English-speaking Canada, let's say, and French-speaking Canada into two separate directories. But they're interlinked, so you can go into one, you'll immediately find the other. Yeah, for more Rubies and Sapphires from like this and like more than 200 other great albums from French Canada from the 70s and 80s. And like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most ear-traveled tri-maximalist, signing off.